Okay. Okay. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Approval of warrants and payroll for Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. I will make a motion to approve the warrants and payroll for Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, Mel,
Aye.
Julie,
Aye.
Mike,
Abstain.
I for myself. Warrants and payroll for Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. I'll make the motion to approve the warrants and payroll for Wednesday, July 16th, 2025. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, Mel,
Aye.
Mike,
Abstain.
Julie,
Aye.
I for myself. Approval of minutes. I make a motion to approve the minutes for Wednesday, June 18th, 2025, regular business meeting. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second. Oh, go ahead, Mike. Yep.
All in favor, Mel,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Julie,
Aye.
I for myself. Minutes for Thursday, June 26, 2025, executive session. I'll make the motion to approve the minutes for Thursday, June 26, 2025, executive session. Do we have a second?
Aye.
All in favor, Mel,
Aye.
Mike,
Abstain.
Julie,
I'm sorry, this was for executive session?
yes.
Abstain.
I for myself. What I will do is invoke the rule of necessity. This motion will pass. Basically, the rule of necessity is that we have a quorum, and that we can vote to pass this based on the fact that we have 2 abstentions out of the 4. So, motion passes. Minutes for Monday, June 30th, 2025, executive session. I make a motion for the minutes for Monday, June 30th, 2025, executive session. Do we have a second?
Aye. Me. Yes. Second.
Yes. All in favor, Mel,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Julie,
Abstain.
and I for myself. New business. Announcement regarding Superintendent Dr. Michael Lovato. I have a statement to read. Michael Lovato has informed the school committee of his decision to step down from his role as superintendent of Ware Public Schools, effective immediately, due to health-related reasons. Mr. Lovato is thankful for his opportunity to have served the Ware school community and deeply values the time he spent supporting its students, staff, and families. This will be sent out through emails to all families. It will be sent out to all teachers, to all administrators, and to all the staff, as well as to the select board tomorrow morning. Moving on to discussion and a vote for the process of conducting a search for an interim superintendent for the 2025-26 school year. This is on there because, and we can discuss this briefly, but I feel at this point we need to, it is probably a very good idea to put forth getting an interim superintendent. This is something that can be done very quickly. And I still have people coming in, so if I sort of pause for a second, that's why. It is someone who comes with experience. It would be a retired superintendent. We have to post it for 2 weeks, and then we can do a selection process. We need someone, I feel, that can hit the ground running, can begin the process of bringing us back to what we're here for, and that's for kids, for students. And we need someone with experience. The selection process would be, as everybody knows from the past, is time consuming. Also, getting someone that would be maybe not experienced is not a good thing at this situation at this time. We sort of have to piece together some things, um, and we need to be able to be ready for September 1st. And I'm saying September 1st. I know school starts before then, but I'm saying September 1st because in the past, September 1st or after September was usually when we started school. But without the exact date at my fingertips, we need to be ready by then. And that's my thought process on that. A regular search would take place in the spring. It would involve, as in the past, a full committee that is chosen from teachers, students, parents, school committee, and other people that want to get involved with that. And we go through the whole process as we did previous. And so it's not like this person would be here. This person would be here, in my estimation, for the school year till someone could be chosen in the spring. And then at that point, we would then transition over to someone that would be a little more permanent. So, my thoughts process behind that. I don't know if any other committee members have any comments or anything to add.
I do have something to add. So,
Okay.
this interim superintendent, um, the reason that we feel an experienced person is probably the best fit is twofold. Number one, like Brian said, they could hit the ground running and they don't need to be trained or anything like that. They just need to be acclimated to the district so that they know where things are and who the administrators are and all of that. But the other piece of it is hopefully their experience is going to kind of inform our decision in the future about a permanent superintendent. So they're going to be able to kind of, look around and tell us what our strengths are and what our weaknesses are and kind of give us an idea of the kind of person that would fit well in this district with its size and its dynamics and what's working and what's not. And hopefully this interim person is going to be able to give us an idea of what the strengths are in whoever we pick for the permanent superintendent, what those strengths should be.
Plus, it would give us time to search for someone, as
Of
opposed to
course.
getting someone in that's brand new. They can their experience, um, their and they're here to, and in a sense, they're also an outsider, yes, but they're also here to, um, they know what to do in order to um, right the ship or put us in the right direction. Um,
Yeah.
there are a lot of things that are going on right now that everything from something as soon as the fireworks to building roofs to we have NEAS coming up. We have a special needs state audit, which was scheduled in the fall. That is coming up as well. So there's a lot of things that are coming down and happening that I think we need some help from the outside. Well, they're from the outside, but some
Yes.
help with someone with experience that would be able to guide us through this and pull us all together. So we're all going to work on this together and move forward because we, yeah, it's time to move forward. We've had this diversion for a year, and sometimes probably people think it's longer, but for a year, and we're at a point where we can move forward. So, um, Mike, Julie, any comments?
No, I'm good with that plan.
Okay, Mike.
Yeah, I think we need somebody to come in and start the healing process. I think there's a lot of people that have been through a lot, and I believe an experienced educator, somebody who served in a role like that before, would probably be our best choice. Somebody that knows that they're going to be here for a short term and here to guide a process without any other expectation, I think is the way to go for sure. So I would be on board with that plan.
Interims also tend to be um, experienced with dealing with situations such as ours, where they have to step in, they have to, you know, bring everybody together, piece things together. They have to be able to, they know what they have to do as far as reporting to the state and different things that have to be done. They can check into all this, and it's not becoming for us, jumping from one fire to another fire. We'll have someone who will be able to guide us. Um, with that in mind, we are required to post it. And it was sent out to everybody. I don't know if everybody had a chance to read it, what the posting would be. We basically took, basically what was done is we took the posting for superintendent, and we obviously put interim in, but we also use that as a basis for what will be posted. These will be posted on School Springs and Indeed. Um, and I don't know if anybody has had a chance to look at it. I can go through it. Um, and um, so the job description we have is the Ware School Committee seeks an approachable and responsive leader who is approachable, a visible leader in the district, and their support for staff, and students, is clear, communicated with students across schools and in a larger community, has experience as a classroom educator and leads through professional development, has a demonstrated history in managing under fiscal constraints, creates a community of support for students in the district, um, listens to students, parents, and administrators, embraces the opportunity to be part of a close-knit Ware community. That's the job description. Qualifications are licensed or eligible for license as the superintendent of schools in Massachusetts. Excuse me. A master's degree required, advanced degree preferred, and preferred minimum of 10 years in education, including teaching and central office and or administrative experience, and 5 years teaching experience. As far as licensed or eligible for license as a superintendent, most of the interims are retired, um, and they want to do it for a year or two at a time, depending on the circumstances. Um, they have many years, 20, 30 years of experience, and also they are very well licensed, being previous superintendents. They have all the licenses and everything. Of course, we would check everything, double check. Um, so most of them have a doctorate degree. So these are very experienced people. Anybody want to add anything to description, qualifications?
No, I think it's well written.
Okay. Um, like I said, it has to be posted for 2 weeks. I guess my next question would be,
Do we have to wait 2 weeks before we can interview anyone?
that I will double check on. We do not have to wait 2 weeks to see resumes. So in other words, if a resume comes down, say tomorrow or Saturday or Monday, that those will be forwarded out. We do not have to wait to look at resumes. So that will be forwarded out to the members. So we have um, access to it and we can look at it, so that we don't all get this like the day before we're going to make a decision or the day of the meeting. So
Right.
that will come out to us in advance. And I'm not quite sure if we want to um, interview. We can, but we do have to wait 2 weeks.
Okay.
And but there's nothing that says that we can't. I mean, it's the end of 2 weeks that we can't, you know, do the process. And I'm not sure if people want to do interviews. If you want to just base it off the um, resumes, if we want to either jointly or
Oh, I definitely want to meet this person face to face, and
right.
I mean, if
So I
I don't
I
want,
would
I
assume
yeah,
concur with
I
that.
would
Yeah.
I would assume that we're going to do interviews and we would do them live if that
yes,
what everybody is thinking of, which is probably the best thing. And we could narrow it down. We don't, if we get, and I'm just throwing the number out there, if we get 25 resumes,
we're
uh,
not doing 25 interviews. No.
correct. We can narrow it down based on the fact that someone just graduated college, or someone, and or someone wants to work 2 days a week, that type of thing. I mean, those are things that are quite obvious that we can narrow things down. There are people who put resumes out there. We all know that barely in a stretch will qualify, and therefore they can be eliminated. But if
Right.
we want to meet to narrow it down and discuss that, and then schedule interviews, we can do that. And
Great.
I will
Because
find
once
out if
2 weeks is
we
up,
can do. I will find out if we can do this ahead of time. In other words, as they're coming in, can we set up? Um, I think we have to wait the 2 weeks, and then. But I will find out.
because
If,
once 2 weeks is up, we're going to be coming right up on the beginning of school. So
yes,
we've got to make sure that we're prepared to meet and have this ball rolling, because we don't want to be dead in the water when school starts. We want to make sure that we're
yes.
presenting the community with a competent person that we have met, and um, all of that.
Now that being said, my thought is we have the meeting on the 23rd, which is um, we've already have some subjects for that. We could put on there to maybe have I'll find out if we can have a discussion on what we've received so far, and on the 23rd, and then on the 30th we could discuss the rest. And at that point, we'd have to have a quick meeting on the 30th. I hate to do this to you guys, but then we would
An
be
important
able to.
decision.
I know it is, and we'll
We
keep
can make time for sure.
we keep the meeting, focused. So and my thought was, at that point, then we could put it out there for interviews, decide which two or three, depending on what comes up, we do for interviews. We have to post it, so scheduled interviews would have to be. Um, we'd have to go a couple days after the 30th, but my thought would be by, say, the first week, somewheres in the first week of August, we would probably be able to um, have someone hired.
Great.
And therefore, because I'm not sure about everybody that would apply, but there are some that are interested in applying that are not taking jobs at this time and are not working. So it's not like we have to wait for them to give 2 or 3 weeks notice or that type of thing. It's something that could be very quickly um, done. So that I would, and I'm just throwing out a rough date, that we could have someone possibly, and of course this is all fluid. Um, we could probably more than likely have someone by the week of the 11th. I would dare say that is, I think, a possibility. If we make ourselves available and we can do this, and we'll have plenty of time to come up with questions and other things. Like I said, uh, we'll get the resumes as they come in, so we can look at this ahead of time and not go into a meeting and find out that, oh, by the way, um,
This person's not qualified the way we want.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I have here that the first day
without
of school
wasting our time.
is August 25th. So if we had someone by that second week of August, they would have, at least a week to, I don't know, move into an office and do something.
The office has been painted. The office is cleaned out. The office is ready for anybody to move in. The,
Great.
the only thing they have to do is bring a refrigerator. But so August 25th is the start. And I believe that we would definitely have someone uh, by then, before then. Because
Right.
you figure after a 2 week process, we can interview, we can discuss, and we can hire someone. Um, and it's a matter of just coming up with a contract, which um, is pretty, it could be pretty easily done. And so we should be up and running definitely before the first students, the first teachers, and anybody comes back.
Does Ware Public Schools do professional development before the students walk through the door? Because like I know in Springfield, we have a week of PD before the kids come.
I'm going to say yes.
The teachers go back Thursday and Friday before the students come on Monday.
Okay, so that would be an excellent opportunity to introduce this person to the staff.
Correct. So, um,
So
2
teachers will be in
weeks.
the building the 21st and the 22nd.
Okay. So, 2 weeks we have to post. We will then set up, depending on what we get, whether we need to or not, set up to narrow down the field and
Yep.
and then we can do interviews. And I don't know how anybody feels if we do interviews hiring someone that night.
Well, it depends. Like
It's a thought. It's a thought. I'm just,
obviously, if we do like a marathon of interviews where we interview all of them in one day, but somebody might not be available, it might be over
right.
2 days.
Correct.
Obviously, we don't want to interview 20 people, but we also don't want to interview two. Like we want, at least something to
Correct.
show that we did our due diligence and that we hired the person we think is going to be the best fit, because this is a really important job, even though it's interim. Like we have a whole community of students and families and staff that need to know that they're walking into a positive work environment and a positive school environment. So we've got to make sure that I know it's interim, but we've got to get this right.
No, I agree. And I know it may seem like I'm trying to rush things. I'm not. I'm just trying to ensure that we can have someone when we start, so that then we are we're ready to start the
Oh,
school.
it's definitely a balance. It's definitely a balance of making sure that we have it, but also making sure we do a good job. So it's,
Correct.
it's not easy, but it's very important.
So we'll post. We'll set up to for a meeting to narrow the field. Set up a meeting for interviews, and then we can set up um, the the hiring.
Yep.
So we'll have several meetings to do these functions. But the only thing we need is we need 2 days, 2 days, of course, to post it. And other than that, we are good to go. We could say do something on a Monday and then something on a Wednesday, or what. It's very fluid, and we'll, as things are developing, we will then be able to do this
Yeah,
uh, at
absolutely.
dates and stuff to but it's not like we're going to take 2 or 3 months. I don't feel we should, and I don't feel we can. I don't feel we want to. So
No.
that's let me see. I've written some notes of things we had to cover. So any other uh comments or suggestions from Julie, Mike?
No, sir.
Julie?
I'm sorry, Brian, can you just clarify the dates again that we're actually going to be
Well,
meeting for these things?
I'm not quite sure yet. We
Oh,
will. We're posting it. It has to be posted for 2 weeks. That will be up on
The
January.
30th.
And then after that, we will have to. We'll see what we have for. We'll probably have to have a meeting, maybe the 30th, or maybe the 30th. Is it 31st? Is there?
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. Just to probably talk about narrowing the field and looking discussing if we're going to
Mhm.
how many we want to interview or if so I'm very confident we're going to have some very qualified people, so I'm not worried that we're going to meet on that time and find that there's no one
We don't
available.
have anybody. Yeah.
Correct. Is
Okay.
it's so Um, so probably the 30th might be a safe one just to narrow the field and maybe set up a date where we'll do interviews. Um, so that's probably the next one. And
Right.
after that, we'll have to come up with something based on people's availability too. I mean, um,
Mhm.
um,
And so
so
next week, we're just doing a Zoom meeting to go over the surveys with the public, is that correct?
we're doing a public meeting, which will, the two topics we will discuss will be dress code and cell phones. And we also
And
have
that's in person?
that I was going to ask today if everybody
Okay.
feels they want to do in person or they want to do Zoom.
I am
Uh,
available to be in person on the 23rd.
okay, Julie,
I am available. Yep.
Mike.
I'm good. Yep.
Okay, so we will do the 30th. No, 23rd
23rd.
23rd in person.
in person.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's for the policies. Okay, thank you.
And and we have a little bit of housekeeping to do that night, but that's nothing big. There's just a couple things that have come up. Oh, we will also get an update. Not that I want to very veer off the course. We will also get an update on the fireworks. There was a meeting today. We'll give the update, and things are looking very good for that. So,
I would also like to finalize the information that Mr. Bateman sent us about the signs. So if you want to throw that on the agenda as well.
yes. Um, so, uh, like I said, I made notes, so I'm just making sure I covered everything. And so, that being said, the only thing we have to do is to do a vote to conduct a search for an interim superintendent for the 2025-2026 school year. If there's nothing to be said, no more discussion, then I will make a motion to um, begin the process of conducting a search for an interim superintendent for the 2025-2026 school year. Do we have a second?
Second that.
Okay, all in favor? Mel,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Julie,
Aye.
and I for myself. And that is the route we will take. Thank you very much. Old unfinished business. Comments and concerns of citizens.
Oh, looks like they're raising their hands.
1 second. I do want to remind everybody that it is 15 minutes, 3 minutes apiece, that we are to keep with discussions on things that are within the school committee's scope of authority. And I would ask that anything dealing with special needs or mentioning children's names should not be done in this forum. It should be done through the teachers, principals, and superintendent. The opinions that are given are not ours, and so those are the basic rules. I just want to remind everybody of. Okay, hold on. I'll start with Allison.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Jess, the only thing is just state your name and if you're a resident or not.
Okay, Allison Byron, resident,
Yes.
teacher, and parent in town. Now that Mr. Lovato has resigned, I'm not sure what the next steps are with the investigation, if any of that information is ever going to be released to the public. But over the past year, there has been, as we all know, there has been so much negativity and so much trouble going on with our district. And there have been so many teachers and parents who have spoken out against Lovato and were called liars, and we just had a lot of negativity put towards them, and a lot of things going on around the town. With that being said, I'm curious what the next steps are. If we see the results of the investigation, if we don't, is there going to be some type of apology to the community now that Lovato is gone? Like, there is some truth to people's feelings, the parents, they were not lying. My concern is like, we need to, there are a lot of people in this town that have been called liars and being, saying that they're bringing false claims to the school. And now he's gone. Where do we go now? That's all.
Thank you. Um, D Orzalak. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to answer. My name is Dan Orzlak. I'm a resident. I was waiting for you to answer that question before I asked mine.
Comments and concerns is not question and answers. I will make a comment once all the comments and concerns are done about the investigation, but I'm not going back and forth with questions on it at this time.
Okay. The other comment that I had, I was wondering if he's getting paid, if Lovato is still being paid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's not question and answer, but I will make a comment concerning this. Yes, there is an agreement. I have to be very careful what I say in that agreement, and so there was an agreement that is between Lovato and the Ware School Committee, and I'm just trying to be careful what I say because I've been told to be very careful what I say at this point, at this time. And there will be a period of time of payment. I will only say that, and that is it at this time on that subject, please. Chris.
Hey, everyone. So no questions from me. I really just wanted to kind of offer a thank you just to the committee members, because I know you guys have just been going crazy the last couple of months working on this, and just kind of a message to the public that, it would be so easy for the committee just to say, just to answer everybody's question, it really would be. It would make life so much easier for them. But sometimes you really just have to be smart and not mess things up. And so you can't say things. And I just wanted to let everybody know that it's more difficult for them not to say something than to just answer the questions. But again, as we've learned with this, sometimes saying nothing doesn't mean they're not doing. I'm not sure how to word this now. Doesn't mean they're doing nothing. It just means that they're being very cautious about what they say. That's all. And that's really all I had to say. Thanks.
Is there anybody else? I see no hands.
Mr. Winslow, I'm trying to hit the
Oh.
hand button, but I can't seem to find it.
Go ahead, Mr. Bateman.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I just put together something that I really quickly like to read if I can. First, I want to say thank you to the members of the school committee for their efforts to support the teachers and parents of the town. This has been a very difficult period and appreciate the determination, especially when the temperature was high. Second, I ask that due diligence is taken during this hiring period. Not sure exactly what happened with the vetting process, but clearly it was flawed. A simple Google search would have revealed potential issues. So, wondering who will accept the packets, do the follow-up, documenting the research, and report to the committee what packets were received, and follow up the research was done. I guess I'm just asking that an overall review of that whole process is done before anything happens. That said, I would like to address what I'm sure. So we talked about the investigations, not only the investigation, but the Title IX complaint. Again, I don't know what can be discussed legally, but I know that I, if not others, would like to know what our tax money paid for. We've lost great people because of this situation, and we owe it to them to know why. I hate to ask about the athletic handbook. I imagine that there has been little to no work done on this. If you form a subcommittee, I will volunteer to be a part of the committee and bring this to the end prior to the school year if possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Amber? Amber, you're next. Unmute. Amber? Can you hear me? I don't know if we lost her. Amber?
While we're waiting for her to rejoin us, I just
Yes.
want to go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, I apologize. I'm on my cell
Nope.
phone and it's different than my computer, so I'm sorry about that. I wanted to thank the school committee. I will, this is my last school committee meeting that I'll be in, and I really thank you for being open-minded and listening to the teachers who really have worked very hard to support the students of Ware. I also want to thank the parents who have been dogged, who have used so much of their time and energy over this past year to support their kids and the other kids of Ware, who need someone in the fight for them. They need someone there for them, and I really, really appreciate all of them. I also appreciate the school community of Ware. I will miss you all so terribly. I really don't think you all understand, but I thank you all for everything, and I appreciate everything that folks have done to support the students of Ware. I hope that they understand how lucky they are to have concerned people who are interested in their welfare and their well-being. And I wish all of you the very best of luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amber.
Thank you for your service, both as a teacher and as union president. You did a great job.
Thank you.
And say that is it on comments.
Just to echo what Chris said, and as he said, it's very hard for us not to say anything. And if anybody knows me, know it's really hard for me to not say things. I just want to put out there, with the limited words that I can use, is that this committee recognized the importance of this situation, and we did everything we could to make sure we could come out on the other side of it in a way that would allow us to move forward and not look back. So with that, I hope the community hears what I'm saying, and that we are very much looking forward to a brighter future for this district. That's it.
It will be a brighter future. It will
Yeah.
be. There is no doubt about it. We will take positive steps. As far as the investigation, that will be dealt with in a future meeting. I'm not going to tell you it's the next two or the next one. And part of the reason being is I think it's important that we need to get we've been diverted. We've been diverted, or maybe there's a better term, for the last year or so. And to put it bluntly, he's gone. He's gone. He's gone from our lives for the till eternity. He is gone, and therefore, I understand people want answers. I understand people, and I understand all that as being said. But right now, I think it's important. It is important for us to be ready. And I keep throwing out September 1st. I apologize for be ready to get back to where we should be, and to also be be here for what we're here for, and that's for the students and the kids aware. And um, things will be addressed in due time, and questions that can be answered will be answered. But right now, we need to have someone to lead us. We need someone to lead us, someone with experience, and we need to get back to taking care of things. Mr. Bateman talks about the athletic handbook, and this probably hasn't been much done. But you know what? It can be. It can be now. The banner program can be. And coming up with things as simple as the fireworks that are coming up, that will occur, and that's on track. And these are all things that we need to get back into dealing with, and without being rude or anything, not talk about due process anymore in the scope. And that's the only thing I'm going to say on those subjects. But and yes, there's a lot we'd love to say, and yes, legally there's a lot we can't say. But one thing we made sure is that, and I won't go very much into detail, but we made sure that people going forward would be safe. And there's a lot of people in that umbrella that we made sure was taken care of. So there will be no retaliation. There will be no harassment. There will be none of anything like that. As far as the process, we are having those are coming into. I will comment on that. Those are coming into central office, and then will be redistributed to us. We're They're in the central office. Dr. Coleman is working on picking someone to sort of check different things as far as resumes, um, and degrees, and licenses, and all that stuff, so that will be definitely vented. The thing of doing the resumes as they come in and not waiting till 2 week period is that a lot of this stuff can be done, and that way we can just keep the process moving, and we're not in 2 weeks. Okay, we can do these now. Another week or two before we get that information back. We'll have a lot of that information as we go along, and we will make sure that the pool for interims is, like I said, mostly retired, and they're very well experienced. They're very well known in Western Mass, and I promise you, we will not pick anybody that is beyond 495, meaning Eastern Mass. That will I'm probably shouldn't say that, but we will not be picking anybody from Eastern Mass. So they need not apply. Um, we will keep it to people that know Western Mass, that know the situation, not the situation, know the town as far as they are familiar with the size and our budget constraints and everything else that goes along with us. So that is, I guess those are my thoughts. And I don't know if anybody else on the committee has any thoughts. I wanted
Well,
to.
I have many thoughts. I'm just going to
Yes.
keep them to myself.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. But it's time to move forward, and we need to move forward, and we need to, there are so many things, whether it's handbooks, whether it's dress code, whether it's we have NEAS coming up, we have a special needs audit from the state coming up. There is so much that is coming up, and We also, come January, we'll have negotiations again. But there's so much coming up and so much going forward, and we owe it to the students of where to start thinking about them and not
Be distracted.
be distracted. Exactly. That's the best way to put it. So I could preach for the next 2 hours, but I'm coming down off the pulpit, and I think we are at a good spot right now. We've got some things working and being taken care of to move us forward, and um, so. If no other members have any comments, I will move on to communications. I will move on to other business. And that being said, I will motion to adjourn at 6:53 p.m. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor? Mel,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Julie.
Aye.
Okay. I for myself. We are good. And thank you very much, everybody, and have a good evening.